Welcome back to the Talkin Paint Podcast, serving the auto detailing, ceramic, coating, window film, and paint protection film industry. Sponsored by Detailing Growth and SaaSpod.com. Now shut up. Time to learn a thing.
Hey everybody, this is Gabe from Detailing Growth, and welcome back to another episode of Talking Paint. I wanted to talk about something that's super important, and that's going to be letting go. That's right. Letting go. Let go of the need to control everything. Let go of the need to touch every aspect of your shop or your business, because it is going to kill any scalability that you have. Just let go. Obviously, that's not the whole episode. I'm not just going to say let go and then just end the episode, right? Before we get started, I just want to say that this podcast is sponsored by Detailing Growth. Detailing Growth is the industry's #1 automotive detailing, window tint, ceramic coating, and paint protection film shop, full stack marketing agency. This podcast is sponsored by SaaSpod. That's SaaSpod.com. SaaSpod is a unique podcast distribution platform that connects to all the major podcast platforms in one location, and the ability to view your podcast growth and statistics all in one control panel. So when I speak to shop owners across the country, the #1 thing that they all have an issue with is letting go of control. They're all guilty of it. They hold their businesses like they're gripping a steering wheel for dear life, and they're just white knuckling it. I'm guilty of it myself. Feeling the need to control every aspect at all times, while also having people on my staff to do that. Of course, that limits your business growth potential massively, because you have people that could be doing things for you, but you have to constantly be on top of them and make sure they're doing it. That's a fundamental flaw that shows when you don't have the proper tools and systems in place to delegate. And that's what this episode is about. It's about delegation. So when I was growing my shop, building its reputation, I wanted to manage everything. Selling, website, marketing, communication, invoicing, doing the work, paint correction, installing film, doing coatings, all of it. I wanted to handle all of it. I wanted to have every part of me touch every part of that business. But as the shop grew, and I added more people and I added more complexity, I couldn't do that anymore. I was slammed busy all the time. I was missing client needs in the agency, and I was missing supporting the business in the best way that I could. And ultimately, it was the shop, the agency, and my crew that suffered. My case is a bit different because I'm scaling 2 businesses, the agency and a thriving shop. But most people also don't have the mental bandwidth that I have, so they run into similar issues just running one business. So delegation is essential for business growth in this sector if you want to operate at scale. And it's about trusting your team and allowing them to handle the various aspects of the business, because this not only frees up your time for strategic thinking, but also encourages your team to have a sense of ownership and responsibility. The risks of not delegating tasks and responsibilities are huge because it leads to micromanagement. And micromanagement is the death of your business. Now, I can hear it already in my DMs. I don't micromanage my business. Yes, you do. And I'm going to prove it. Most businesses have this dynamic where the people in the shop are constantly asking for things. They're asking, what should I do? This car has this on it. Or what about now? What do I do now? What products should I use? This has more scratches in it. Do you want me to do this? Do you want me to do that? And when business owners find themselves distracted by this because they can't seem to focus on the task that they're doing and they can't focus on what they want to do. I know business owners have great ideas and plans, but they can't focus on them if they have to constantly chase their staff. This happens when you don't have 2 things established for your business. You don't properly create standard operating procedures, and you micromanage every decision that they make. And the other risk that not having proper delegation set up is that it creates massive bottlenecks. When everything needs your approval or input, it slows down workflow, leading to massive inefficiencies and sometimes even potentially dissatisfied customers when you need to delay a project or something gets missed because you didn't have the mental bandwidth to get it on the work order. This is extremely important. Delegation inside your business is not just a management technique. It is a critical component to growth and scale. So let's talk about micromanagement. Consider your business like a car. Effective delegation ensures that all parts of the car are working in sync, driving your business forward. Micromanagement is like driving that car, obsessing over every crack in the road and not allowing you to get up to operating speed. This approach not only limits your ability to navigate the broad aspects of what growing a business looks like, but it also restricts your team's ability to be able to contribute to the business in any type of effective manner. The biggest problem is that it doesn't just hurt your ability to lead the team, but it hurts the ability to even create goals and even come close to meeting them in your business. The other part of this is that micromanagement also leads to burnout. And burnout is both where you and your team are bogged down by excessive anxiety and you put yourself in a position where you can't seem to move the needle for anything. It's like having that car stuck in neutral, unable to move. And that isn't what business success looks like. And the biggest issue is that business owners want to blame their employees for this. I hear that all the time. The first thing out of their mouth is, I have to handhold everybody or I have to babysit everybody. And it has nothing to do with them and everything to do with the environment that you've created in your business. This is a you problem. It's not a them problem. Usually the next question is, okay, how can I delegate and ensure things are done effectively? So you do that in two parts. You create a safe space where these guys are allowed to make a mistake without fear of massive consequences. Now, that's not licensed to let them just do egregious things like, grind dirty towels into cars and things like that. But you have to remember that your employees are human and they need to be able to make a mistake without having their butt ripped off. Part two is using a framework that I've written called GROW. The GROW framework for task delegation is super simple. That's GROW. So the G stands for guide. So you have to guide your employees through the task you want them to manage for you. That means setting clear objectives, outlining expectations, and providing the necessary context. If you remember back in the day, you would see in movies, somebody would get some piece of complex machinery they need to operate to save the world. And then they would look at the manual and it's like 87 billion pages long and a look of dread comes over their face. So without the context, that's what you're doing to your team member. They need to understand not just what to do, but why they're doing it. R is relay. Relay the task to the right person. This involves matching the task with that team member's skill set. And you can't just pick one person and just say, here you go, you do this. It has to make sense. Assessing your team is really, really important. Picking the right person for the job is definitely one of, if not the most crucial important step in creating effective task delegation. The O stands for oversee. Overseeing the process. This doesn't mean micromanaging every step, but instead, it's about being available to provide support, answer questions, and offer guidance. W is watch. You want to watch how things unfold. Monitor progress. Give feedback. And it's not just about pointing out what went wrong. It's about pointing out the things they did right. And that's what's really important for learning and improvement. Because you can't just give people negatives all the time. You have to find positives. And if you can't find positives for somebody, you may want to figure out why that is. It's either you can't see the positives, or if there was no positive outcome, that is another problem that you need to solve. because you must provide employees and crew members with positive feedback so that they feel like they are a part of your team. And by following the GROW framework, you can delegate effectively, you can ensure your business runs smoothly, and make sure that your team feels valued and empowered. That's a really important part of this. And for those of us who have poured our life and time and energy into building our businesses, the idea of stepping back and delegating seems like a death sentence. Like watching someone else reach in and just imagine yourself like building a diorama for school when you were in 3rd or 4th grade, and whatever the class bully is reaching in and grabbing it and just crumpling it. That's what it feels like, at least for me. Delegating and giving up control is a crucial step growth in your business. And at first it feels uncomfortable, but over time you start to see that they can actually handle it, maybe even bring on new techniques or ideas to the table or the process that you hadn't previously considered. The process of letting go is where your business begins to evolve autonomously. When you realize that your business is no longer about you and it's about the system that you put in place, a team, a living entity that grows, adapts, and that really thrives with collective input and effort. When you start to see that, that's a sign that you've put together something sustainable, something that doesn't require you to touch every piece of it every day. And if you step back, you'll see the business take on a life of its own, growing and evolving in ways that you previously didn't expect. And that's a testament to the solid foundation that you've built and investing in proper delegation. I hope that this was helpful for a lot of you. I know that in my shop, I wouldn't be where I am now had I not delegated tasks out. If you enjoyed this and you have suggestions for other content to be covered, please leave a comment on the podcast episode itself. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to jump down in the comments there. If you see me on social media, send me a DM. Jump into our Facebook group. You can find the link to that Facebook group at talkinpaint.com. That's TALKIN paint.com. This is an offer for those of you that are listening. If you have a business in this sector, Detailing Growth is giving away something for free. 2 things, actually. The first is if you jump on our website at marketingguide.detailinggrowth.com. That's marketingguide.detailinggrowth.com. Register on that page. We're releasing a 200-page marketing plan. We're giving it away for free, absolutely free. All you have to do is cover shipping and handling. And it's all the things that I've learned over my time running a shop and running an agency. We're putting this into a book and we're going to give it out to the industry for free. But you have to register to get your hands on it because we're only running them 100 at a time. The next thing is that if you have a business in this sector, you don't need to have any qualification. You don't need to spend any money. You don't need to pay for shipping and handling. We will give you a business highlight video for free. We'll get you on a call. We'll do a 10-minute interview with you. We'll put together a blog post that talks about your business. We're going to put that on our website at detailinggrowth.com. And then we're going to give you the video to link on your website so you can use it in your marketing. That's completely free. You can register for that at detailinggrowth.com and just click on the featured businesses link in the menu. We'll get you taken care of. That's just our way of doing something to give back to the industry. It's something that we can do quickly and that's going to be really effective for you and your business. So hopefully you guys take advantage of some of that and I get to see you here next time and you continue to enjoy the content. Please like and subscribe. Consider subscribing on Spotify or Apple. Leaving a rating on the podcast is really important as well. And please jump over to detailinggrowth.com and get your hands on our 100% completely free business guide and tools mega pack. So much value in that. And it's on our website completely free. all you have to do is just scroll down and click the button and then you'll get it. Thanks for listening, guys. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and supporting everything that I and the rest of the agency does. Hopefully this was valuable for you. We see you in the next podcast.